Hey everybody, how's it going out there? It's time for another Star Wars review. However, this time I have a nice little vehicle for you. This is from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. It's a B-Wing fighter. I also have a review of the Vintage Collection B-Wing pilot, Keyan Farlander. And this B-Wing fighter is a K-Mart exclusive. And I already have it out of the box, as you can see, so let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go with the B-Wing fighter. We'll start off with him. As you can see here, he has a simple pistol, no holster. I'll have a better picture of this after the actual video review. So here's the pistol. I just keep it trapped in here on the side, in between his leg and this white, whatever it is, thing. Anyways, here's his helmet. It does come off. Has a little microphone piece here. Don't have to worry about that tearing off. So let's take a look at our character. I have him standing here next to a chair from Star Trek Playmates. That's from the bridge set. I have several of these because I like to have a briefing room for my pilots. Kind of like Battlestar Galactica reboot. So, well, since he's sitting down, let's start with the articulation from bottom up. Ankles. Up and down. Rotate, knee, even hyperextends a little bit. Rotates at the waist. 160 degrees. Wait a minute. 360 degrees. This hose that's plugged into his chest piece does come out. Plugs right back in. It's got really good detail on the chest piece. Actually, the whole sculpt is really well. Okay, he's got the crunch. Rotates at the wrist. Elbow. Hyperextends a little bit as well. Rotates, like I said, forearm, elbow. Shoulder, lateral raise. Rotates 360, both sides, bilaterally. Neck, rotates. Head, rotates 360. Head pops off. And really good sculpt. I'm impressed with this sculpt. Looks a little sad. Who's going to be all that happy heading into war, right? Unless you've got some serious problems. If you're happy about going to war, then something's wrong. So I guess that, for me, could explain his little sad look. And as you can see from behind, nothing really special. No backpack piece or anything like that. But still a good mold. And yep, this hosing comes out of his waist as well. And let's plug it back in. Alright, well, there you go. Just a nice quick little review. Very nice Vintage Collection B-Wing fighter. And I forgot to mention what number he was. And from the Vintage Collection, Return of the Jedi, it's Vintage Collection 63. His number is 63. So there you have it. Here's this guy. Now let's get on to the fighter itself. Okay, here we have the B-Wing out of the package. I already had it out of the package. But I'm going to do the best I can to give you a review without my extremities or body parts obstructing the view. This is a long vehicle, so you have here, start with the alternative weaponry, projectile missiles that I believe, gosh, I think they go here. But I like the lasers. Projectiles would be a little easier to lose and or break, and there were no projectile missiles. The only projectile were the Ewok rocks that defeated the almighty Emperor's army. But a bunch of primitive teddy bears were able to solve that by sticks and stones. Yeah. So let's show you how the landing gear works. And you have a button right over here next to the cockpit. Landing gear up and down. The weaponry, as you should know, the B-Wing here comes out the weapons extend out of the wings with this engine. So you just pretty much twist this engine and it comes out. Oh, there we go, out of view. Let me see, just bring this camera up a little bit. Oops. Okay, there, that should be fair enough. So there you have with the weapons protracted out, and you can open and close them by rotating the engine, the fourth engine back here on the bottom, and it brings the wings out. Pretty cool. Along with this, as you rotate the body, so does the cockpit automatically, as you can see here. Pretty cool. I'm also going to have pictures here to show some of the details, because I know that with the way this is set up, the details are going to be pretty much obstructed or out of the view of the camera with the way I have it set up right now. So let's get into the cockpit and see what we have in here. Of course, as you can see, as what I just did, you just kind of like want to be a little careful. The cockpit can easily just come right off. But at least it has the two little tabs here, and it's not broken or anything. That is the first that I've had that happen to me, is having this thing slide off like that. So of course I'm going to have to be a little careful putting it back on, as I don't want to try to force this in and break a tab. Interesting. Now I'm going to have difficulty putting it back on. There we go. There she is. So yeah, you know, with some cockpits, how you're able to bring it up, you just have to be a little careful. There is a notch back there, as I don't know if you can see, but it does keep the cockpit open. So let's take a better look on the inside of the cockpit. Okay, so here we go. I decided to go with the iPhone instead, as it's just easier to navigate. So sorry for any shakiness. So let's get close up here to take a look at the detail. Nice. And then you can see here that the handles, steering wheel, whatever, lack of a better way of describing it, these move in and out. You have a couple of devices here that are really thin, so you'd have to kind of watch out and make sure that you don't like yank on them or pull on them, because it looks like they could rip out pretty easily. You can see the colors here for the lights of the buttons and whatnot, dials. They're not stickers, they are colored in. I like that touch. So let's see if we can kind of take a look on the inside a little bit more. Yeah, I liked it. I like the look of the cockpit. So let's take her around like this. Put our B-Wing pilot in there. See how he fits. I already know how he fits, but this is the thing, trying to do this with one hand and then having the cockpit go back and forth while trying to make a quality video. So got him in there. Close that cockpit. And there he is, in with his ride. As you can see, give you a better detail of the cockpit rotating. So let's take a little bit of more detail at the vehicle. Would be cool if the designers or engineers could have designed this as some kind of escape pod with an additional engine back here. I thought that would have been cool. This could have just separated and he would have had himself an escape pod. You know, you see a little bit of carbon scoring over here. So I like the paint detail, carbon scoring throughout the vehicle. So it's not like it's just a clean out of the factory B-Wing. Has the 4 boosters, thrusters in the back. And it is this one that rotates or gets the other wings and cannons to come out. That is one flaw that you can see right there, is as she is parked, the lower wing just kind of drops down. Kind of, you know, looks, I don't think it's too appeasing when it's parked, but you know, hey, the weight, gravity, damn gravity, gets us all in the end, doesn't it? So here we are extending out to the main cannon, and let me turn that around. Pretty cool cannons. This thing has got some power. You can see the main cannon right here, and it looks like it has actually 4 lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you skip over here, and here's 2 down here, 2 up here. And then you have some really tiny ones up here where the cockpit is. So this thing is just outfitted with all kinds of cannons. So this thing must have been their like firepower vehicle. I like this vehicle. Actually, you know, it wasn't up until a couple years ago that I got my first B-Wing, which is still in another package. But I had to open this one up. And unfortunately, with the length of this thing, it's going to be really difficult to show this thing off unless I had a cameraman to show. But I'll take some pictures so that way it'll show the details. Because with me holding this camera and then trying to show off everything and the shakiness, it's just going to take away from the quality of the video. So let me just go ahead. So I got the wings out. Extend this out as far as I can. Pretty cool. Well, I will end this video here, but I will leave you with plenty of pictures so you can see the detail. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for many more videos to come. Reviews on not only the figures, but also many of the vehicles that I have. Thank you. See you around.
Working